Fine. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. Be blessed by the divine. Good morning to every one of you. And we have been now discussing about physical health as a first step. And we have covered about the diseases by Kumaresan sir last week, and just now Anandraj has covered about moderation in 5. And now once we actually, the prevention is much easier than curing. At the same time, once we get a disease, most of the diseases, the medicines are more dangerous than diseases. Medicines are more dangerous than diseases. I'm sure you all agree. Today's medicine, anything you buy it, you will see the side effect and things like that, right? So better to prevent from diseases. So for that only today, the 5 things which are to be moderated was covered by Anandraj, like food, work, rest, sex, and thought. And that will contribute for creating a disease as well as curing a disease, right? For example, once I am sick, doctor gives medical leave. Why? I have to take rest. So work, rest. Rest has to be increased, work has to be reduced. Unless I do that, curing is going to take a lot of time. See, we have energy within our body. It does 2 jobs all the time. One is absorbing the nutrients from the food we take, or you can say digestion. The other is anything problem in our body, it is always trying to heal internally. We have inherent healing mechanism to repair any defect in our body, and it has energy as well as it has consciousness. And we need to just help the natural inherent healing process within our body to cure our diseases. That is what we have to do it. Unfortunately, we block that, or we don't aid that healing process. So we have covered so far what are the actions which can contribute for diseases. Kumaresan sir has covered few things. At the end of this, we also will go through a short, quick revision of complete physical health, the chapter as well. So the moderation in 5 is important. And one more important thing is biomagnetism. We all have energy within our body. That energy is biomagnetism, which is like a petrol in a car. Now, our energy level, our dynamism, our immunity power, our personality, our pleasure and pain, everything depends on this biomagnetism, which is the fundamental energy not only for my physical body. The same magnetism is the fundamental energy for the entire universe by which everything is functioning, and we call that as a divine fluid, or you can call that as a divinity as well, magnetism. And if the magnetism is working within me, we call that as a biomagnetism. So now for a small child, the biomagnetism is increasing since birth. Slowly it is increasing. And after that, when we age above 40, it starts coming down. Now, this biomagnetism, if I have larger quantity of biomagnetism and with good quality of biomagnetism, my immunity power is good. So I can enjoy good health. Strictly speaking, logically, theoretically, anyone who is going up to age 22 should never get any disease, because the energy is so high. Because the children, you can't ask them to sit in one place for more than 1 minute. Whereas once you cross 40, in half an hour time in roaming around a supermarket, we will look for some place to sit because the energy is low. So the biomagnetism is very important for our health in 2 ways. One, that is the fundamental energy and immunity power. The 2, just now Anandraj covered how thoughts can affect our health. The thought is a function of mind, and biomagnetism is the reason, or the mind is nothing but biomagnetism. So in both ways, biomagnetism plays a key role for our physical health. So if I have more quantity of biomagnetism, my immunity is good, energy level is good. If I have less quantity of biomagnetism, my resistive power is good. So if I have to cure my disease also, I have to increase my biomagnetism so that that energy is spent to repair, to heal the problems or the diseases in my body. How can I increase my biomagnetism? Unfortunately, the biomagnetism is not available in any pharmaceutical shop. Otherwise, I can pay half of my salary and get the biomagnetism every day or every month, take maybe couple of liters or couple of units of magnetism, so that I always maintain youthfulness, energy, immunity power, and any disease comes also, I can cure it fast. Unfortunately, it is not available. So how can I increase my biomagnetism? We need to know that. Unless I know it, the knowledge about the physical health is incomplete. Now, to increase my biomagnetism, there is an indirect way. You reduce the expenditure. How? Whatever ways I spend my biomagnetism, keep minimum as much as possible. I talk to you, I eat, I walk, I run, I work in the office, I sleep. Whatever I do from morning, 24 hours, even sleeping, 24 hours, I am spending by my biomagnetism. This biomagnetism is spending through the 5 senses. If you take 100% for 5 senses, 83% is spent through the eyes. So minimize as much as possible, but we have to open our eyes when we are awake, because so reduce as much as possible whatever expenditures. The other way is increase the production of biomagnetism. So how can I increase the biomagnetism? The biomagnetism is produced from Akash particle or life force particle or life energy particle, which was covered in the last class. Kumaran sir, it is covered, right?
No, sir.
No. Okay, fine. Fine. I will talk about that maybe after finishing this session. So one is we need to increase the biomagnetism, the production. To increase the production, the biomagnetism is produced from Akash particle or life force particle or life energy particle. All are same. Prana Shakti, you can say. We will discuss it after 15-20 minutes how that is produced. Okay. The next is medicine. Okay, I get a problem now, so I can use some medicines to cure the diseases. And the next one is yoga. Yoga is a holistic approach which can cover the entire physical body, mind, and the soul or spirit or life force or life energy together when there is a disharmony or when there is a conflict among those three, which is a disease. Okay, so now medicine. There are many medical treatments available. So the first one is allopathy. We all know it, and the majority of the population use allopathy medicine. We will spend some time about each medical treatment method just for our understanding purpose, though which is not part of our Maharishi's yoga thing, though it is, but it becomes a part of now the yoga courses. Even we do diploma course or bachelor degree course or master course, it is there now, because everyone should have complete knowledge about health. So yoga is harmony, health. So now allopathy is a major medical treatment which is available, which is being followed by most of the countries, including India. Now allo means opposite, pati means treatment. If I have high temperature, use some medicine to reduce the temperature. Very simple. If I have diarrhea, give a medicine which can make you constipation, but you make an optimum. You don't get into constipation, but you give the medicine which can lead to that, so that the problem is minimized. So allo is an opposite kind of treatment. So anything, for example, I have a headache, some chemical is missing there. You feed that medicine there so that you compensate it, and the headache is gone. So allopathy is a kind of treatment which gives medicines just in the opposite direction, so that the problems, most of the medicines are treating the symptoms rather than the root cause of the sickness. If I have a headache, the medical system doesn't care about why I get a headache. Maybe because I was in tension for 3 months in the office, I fought with my wife last night, or I saw 3 movies yesterday, which is a stress to my head, so it caused headache. But allopathy system is so good, it gives a medicine, headache is gone in 2 minutes, right? So there are plus and minus for allopathy medicines. If something is chronic or accident or the severe stage of any illness, allopathy is the best. Whereas we are going to discuss now alternative system of medicines which may not help if it is a chronic condition or serious condition or, for example, an accident case. Now, Government of India has done a great thing last year, and they have formed a new ministry called the Ministry of Ayush. Ayush consists of these 4 treatments: Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. We will spend some few minutes on each one of it. These are all called alternative system of medicines. And now this ministry has started not only using Ayurveda separate, Unani separate, Siddha separate, Yoga separate, Homeopathy separate, and an integrated approach. For example, they really were so successful in treating even the recent COVID as well by integrating all those components, which is a great thing and it's a great treasure of Indian knowledge. Now, Ayurveda, the fundamental concept of Ayurveda for any disease is imbalance in doshas. There are 3 doshas: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And what we discussed last Friday, the blood circulation, heat circulation, air circulation. Blood circulation is Kapha majority, and Pitta is a heat circulation, Vata is a air circulation. So any imbalance in these 3, and how much is the imbalance? That depends on every individual. For example, for me, Vata is 50% and Pitta is 40% and 10% is Kapha. For someone else, Kapha can be 70% and Pitta can be 10%, Vata could be 20%. We call that as a Prakriti. So it could be different for different persons. Anything when I am born with, some constitution is there. If there is an imbalance in it, I get disease. This is what Ayurveda says, and they treat those Vata, Pitta, Kapha, so they make it a balance, the disease is cured. Just to give some idea, for example, whether how much Vata you have, you can find out how energetic you are, how enthusiastic you are, how bubbly in the sense, always hyperactive, and how friendly you are. All those things are the positive qualities of Vata. But if it is imbalance, you become tensed, you become nervous, you become anxious, you forget few things, and you are restless. You will keep moving here and there if WhatsApp is not there. For example, if Vata is very high, okay, you can analyze based on these indicators, your friends, your relatives, who is more Vata, who is more Pitta, more Kapha. Accordingly, you have to be very careful in dealing with those people as well, which is a great knowledge. We can not only use it to cure our diseases, even for our relationship, interpersonal relationship also, you can use it. So as it says, Vata, if Vata persons are high and if it is a balanced, if you want to balance it, you have to take a lot of water, and you have to, if you feel thirsty, you have to take water immediately, and hot lemon water is also good, and walk on the plain ground, which is also good, and hugging and human touch is also very good. All those things will help to balance Vata. Next, Pitta is a heat imbalance, right? People are funny, but people are cooperative, very confident, and decision means they take a decision quickly. Sometimes it is an impulsive decision, but they take decision quickly. If it is an imbalance, they are short-tempered. Even if you ask what's the time, why you don't have a watch, and they are dictators, they are commanders. They always dictate. They always in a leadership position, but commendable position, and they should have free time to balance this. Otherwise, it's a problem. These people, if they skip a meal, they have a serious problem. Headache will come, or they become restless. That's an indication of imbalance in Pitta. And Kapha is people are very generous without knowing. They help the people. They are so kind, and always they think, plan, strategic. Even if they want to go to a restaurant, they plan it well in advance. What time I should leave for restaurant and what I should order, how much time I should spend there. You can see people around it. They are very systematic, disciplined, strategic in everything they do, even if they go to a bathroom, right? So those guys are highly, Kapha character. Now, if they are negative, adamant people, stubborn people, they always feel that they are stuck in the life. They are not progressing. They are not able to solve the problem. Those kind of things you can see from Kapha. So if you yourself from these indications can identify whether vata is imbalanced, pitta is imbalanced, kapha is imbalanced, and you have to treat it either by medicines like drugs or by proper food. Some food increases vata, some food calms the vata. So you can search in Google, and there are plenty of foods which can aggravate pitta, for example. Don't take that food which aggravates pitta if that is a pitta imbalance. So medicines, food, behaviors, and some yoga helps to address all three. You don't need to bother what percentage you have, whether which one is imbalanced. Yoga helps to balance all three, which is a great thing, and that is why it is called holistic approach. Okay, and then now next one is let's go naturopathy. Yoga, we will discuss it after a few minutes. Naturopathy, you know, everything is, they take only natural. Food is a medicine and medicine is a food. That's all. You don't take a special food. What food you take, that is considered as a medicine for your problems. According to naturopathy, the root cause of every disease, whether starting from cancer to stroke to indigestion, the root cause of every disease is accumulation of toxins in the body. As long as I have toxins, I will have a disease. So naturopathy people treat to remove the toxins. They use solid, liquid, heat, air, akash to treat the diseases. Like, for example, water means they have a water mud therapy, hip bath, steam bath, all kind of bathing. Different variety of bathings are available. Spinal bath, mud bath, banana leaves bath. All these baths will help to remove the toxins. That is based on liquid, and mud bath is for solid. Akash is Surya Namaskar, as well as they do fasting. No food, only water therapy. Only water is the food for a few days if the disease is so dangerous or in a chronic condition. And that means if you don't take any food, Akash is taken from the universe. So it gets balanced, right? So heat is Surya Namaskar actually, and there is a heat therapy, heat treatment also available. So they use solid water, heat, air, like pranayama exercise, sun bath, all those things, they use it to treat naturopathy. In addition to that, always yoga is part of naturopathy, or naturopathy is part of yoga, and the natural foods what is available will help to remove the toxins. That is their philosophy. And then the Unani is another treatment. It came from Arabic world, and they say that for every disease there are 4 fundamental root causes. Blood is the one reason. If the blood quality or quantity is bad, diseases can come. And then yellow bile, black bile, plum. These are the 4 fluids which is available in our body. Each one is a fluid. Blood, yellow bile, black bile, plum. And if there is an imbalance in these 4, diseases can come. Unless you balance these 4, diseases cannot be cured. So they also use all herbal medicines, natural things, all these alternative things, no side effect at all. So it is always good to choose one of that or use a combination of these 3. So that is Unani treatment. And the next one is homeopathy treatment. Allopathy is an opposite treatment. Homeopathy is a similar treatment. For example, the Dr. I think Frederick is a founder of, I think Dr. Frederick Heeman or Dr. Frederick. Okay. This doctor, he is an allopathy doctor and is an MD in allopathy. When he was translating some old scriptures, old books of medical books, he found that one tablet which can cure malaria. So what this guy did, he got a crazy idea. This tablet cures malaria. Now what will happen? I don't have malaria. If I take this tablet, what it will happen? So he started taking that malaria tablet to see what is that effect it has. You know, he found that that tablet which cures malaria created malaria in his body. So he got malaria by taking malaria tablets. Then he gave to his relatives and friends to check, and it got proved that anything which can cure diseases, anything which can cure diseases can also cause diseases, but the difference is it has to be in a minimal dose. The same malaria tablet, if you take it, effect is different. It can spoil. But if it is taken in a very little dose, 1 in 1 lakh part or 1 million part, that much if you take it, it cures it. This is what he found it, and that is a fundamental principle of homeopathy. And they treat the diseases with two different powers. One is, what is our power of my energy within my body, the life force energy. If the person is already 80 years old, his energy is weak, so they give strong dose. If the patient is 10-year-old boy, he has a great amount of life force energy, they reduce the dosage. The best part of homeopathy is the medicine is personalized. No medicine is common to anyone. If I go for my headache, that dosage is made at that moment by the doctor based on my requirement. Whereas allopathy or Siddha, there is a, for example, even vitamin A, 100 milligram, take. Whether your body needs 10 milligram, 50 milligram, 99 milligram, or 110 milligram, or 190 milligram, 100 is given. So the excess is to be, body has to work hard to remove those unwanted dosage of medicines. Whereas homeopathy, personalized. So the based on the energy, they decide the power of medicine. So that is the beauty of homeopathy medicines. And Maharishi says homeopathy is the best actually, because it works with our biomagnetism. In fact, I was searching in Google with more than hundreds of homeopathy doctors' videos, and I found one German doctor. He talks about biomagnetism when he explains about medicines or homeopathy medicines. I don't know how Maharishi got this idea. Yes, it works with biomagnetism, which is really a great thing. And homeopathy treats not only the body. Allopathy, if I have a headache, they treat the head. But homeopathy, yoga, naturopathy, and Ayurveda, they treat the body, mind, and soul together. So it's really a holistic treatment. That's a homeopathy. And then Siddha is South Indian treatment. The fundamental concept of Siddha is, Siddh means life force. They have a very great understanding about our life force, which is the fundamental cause for our living itself. If my energy is not there, life force is not there, I am dead. You call that as a life force, life energy, prana shakti, jivan, uir, soul or spirit, all are same, right? They have fantastic idea about our life force and they treat that life force. That is the beauty of Siddha medicines. And their fundamental concept of Siddha medicine is, where you live, that food, that herbs, the plant which is there in that area, that climatic condition is the best medicine for the treatment. If I am living in a hot climate, don't bring any medicine from cold climate which will not help me to cure my diseases. That is a principle of Siddha medicine. So they also use the natural herbs, natural items which is available in that climate, in that country or in that place, used for medicines. And they also analyze the medicines based on Vata, Pitta, Kapha, just by nadis. So they treat they know that the disease is because of this imbalance, and they give natural food like garlic, onion, ginger, manjal, okay. Turmeric, yeah. So these things have lot of medicinal properties. There is no natural better antibiotic than turmeric or onion or ginger. It has fantastic antibiotic qualities. Whereas the artificial antibiotic, if you take it, it can not only kill bad bacteria, good bacteria also it kills it. That is a side effect of antibiotic. If somebody takes antibiotic per year once, in 5 years time he will take 3-4 times in a year, because it kills our immune system indirectly. So Siddha is another powerful medicine. And yoga, naturopathy and yoga, which is yoga means yuj means harmony. What is that harmony? The harmony among body, mind and life force. The moment there is a disharmony among body, mind and life force, disease is started. mental stress is started. So if you use yogasana, you use the physical body to achieve harmony. If you do meditation, you use the mind to achieve harmony. If you do Kaya Kalpa Yoga or any yoga which is using your life force energy to achieve harmony, that is Kaya Kalpa Yoga. And now I am in harmony among, means within myself, body, mind and life force. But if I fight with my wife, my neighbor, then also I am in a disharmony. So harmony between myself and society is the third harmony. The first one is between body and mind. The second one is body and life force. The third one is between human and society. And the fourth one is between myself and the nature or supreme power or God, Almighty. You call anything, there is a power which is executing everything in perfect order. That is called supreme power. Yoga is a practice which achieves harmony among body, mind and life force, between myself and society, between myself and the nature. That is called yoga. People believe yoga means yogasana, which is 1/8 of the complete yoga. So from now on, our understanding, yoga means harmony among all these. There are 4 harmonies, right? It is not only the World Health Organization also decides good health means not only physical health. And physical health doesn't mean absence of disease, not at all. People are there with everything perfect report, stress report, treadmill report, echo report, everything is fine. Next minute, it can be nowhere, right? So physical health, mental health, social health, spiritual health, all 4 dimensions towards completes the good health. And that is what the yoga is, which is told 5,000 years before. And yoga means only after retirement, not at all. If somebody can practice yoga so that the inner engineering is perfect, outer engineering is in our hands. You are the architect of your life. You can change your destiny by wisdom because you are internally in harmony. If I can be in harmony internally, then I can control outside environment. Otherwise, I can't control. So material success is a real benefit for all of us in addition to health. Now, what is that which is linking everything between body, mind and life force, between myself and society, between myself and supreme power? Kumaresan sir, we didn't do the hand experiment, right?
No, sir.
Okay, can we do this? Can we all, maybe many of you might have done it, but let me, sir, I can't see my video. How to do it? I don't know. Okay. Now,
so just unshare your screen.
Okay.
Unshare.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now I can see it. Yeah. So what I suggest is, can you all do this experiment? Just to keep the palms 1 inch apart, just this much distance. That's all. 1 inch apart. Now, first watch me and then you do it. And then you have to close your eyes and focus your attention between the palms. You are just thinking on the palms, nothing else. Just to keep your in front of chest, away from chest, not touching anyone, and close your eyes, observe the palms. After 1 minute, when I say it, bring it close and take it away. Bring it close, take it away, with the mind focused between the palms. You just continue to focus between the palms, what is happening, and you will feel something between the palms. That's all we need to do now. That's all. Okay. So shall we start? Just close your eyes, keep erect your spine, sit wherever you are so far, whatever it is. Keep your palms 1 inch apart, close your eyes. Now focus your attention between the palms. Just think of your palms, nothing else. Continue to focus between the palms. Okay, now can you just bring the hands together, close to each other and take it away, bring it together and take it away, bring it together and take it away, and observe what is happening between the palms. I'm sure now you can all open your eyes. Be blessed by the divine. I'm sure you might have felt some force between the palms. It is called magnetism. That is biomagnetism. We discussed a few minutes before. The quantity and quality of biomagnetism decides my energy level, my immunity level, my personality, my happiness and pain. Our life depends on this quantity and quality of biomagnetism, and that is a linking mechanism between all those three. Okay, now so that biomagnetism is very, very important because it works as mind as well. Okay, now our simplified Kundalini Yoga Center, we have exercises, practices. Even ladies can do it, absolutely no side effect. And you can feel your own life energy the moment you are initiated for meditation. And every day, if you can spend 40 minutes for exercise and 20 minutes for meditation, you can achieve all those. It's a holistic approach. And there are many exercises, and we have discussed these exercises, and we taught you also one exercise, breathing exercise, in the last class. So I'm not going to touch on that. And once you are back to normal, go to the nearest Sky Center and learn all these exercises, because we have taught you only breathing exercise. Okay, now that's all about the pending